everyone, it's Miss Maxine. I'm here at my home with my backyard garden bed. I wanted to plant potatoes with you today, and I have a few different varieties that we're going to be planting. But before we get started, I wanted to ask everyone, what part of the plant is a potato? Do you know? Do you think it's the leaf? Or maybe the flower? Do you think it's the stem of the plant? Or maybe the root? What do you think? What part of the plant is a potato? Most people think that the potato is the root of a plant, but really, it's the stem. Crazy, right? I always thought that it was the root until I learned that it was actually a stem. And it's actually a special type of stem called a tuber. And tuber is what a potato is. So the tuber is basically an extended stem that's underground and grows just like potatoes do. So keep in mind when you're eating potatoes, you're not eating the root, you're eating the stem instead. Okay? So I wanted to plant potatoes, and what I've done here with my garden bed, I don't know if you can tell, but I've dug a trench right here and right there to put my potatoes in. These trenches are about 6 inches deep and about 2 feet apart. So I am going to take a few pieces of potato, and you'll notice there's the part that has the skin, and it has these little sprouts on them, and those are called eyes. And the eye is the part that's going to shoot up into the stem. So I'm going to point that part facing upward so that it can get to the sunlight. So I'm going to put this one right here in my trench, and the next piece is going to go about 1 foot away from it. So I know that my shovel right here is about 1 foot long, so I'm going to use that to measure and put another potato right next to it. And I have one more piece of that kind of potato, so remember the eye side goes up. And I put that in my garden. So once you have all of them lined up in there, you're just going to lightly cover it with soil. And pat it down. But not too much, because otherwise they won't have that room that they need to grow underground. So I have a bunch of other potatoes that I'm going to plant today, and I want you to think about what's your favorite way of eating potatoes. I know for me, I like eating French fries. So what about you? Well, how do you like to eat potatoes? Let me know in the comments below, or you can let your teacher know in your classroom as well. Talk about it at home with your family. And until then, I will be growing these potatoes. See you next time. Bye.